Good morning, everybody. If everybody could please take their seats, we can begin. You got everything you need? There you go. Settled. It's nice to see everybody here this morning. I'm glad you could all be with us as we celebrate this lovely announcement. Members of the media that are here, if you come and find me after the speakers, we can set up some one-on-one interviews for you if you are interested. And with that, let's begin. I would like to start by introducing Superintendent Dr. Mario Ventura. Please give a little bit of a warm welcome.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this exciting day for our school district and community. Today, we are thrilled to announce a significant step forward in our commitment to sustainability and environmental improvement. Receiving the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency's Clean Bus Grant provided the Isaac School District with funding to replace 6 fossil fuel buses with 6 new electrical buses and charging infrastructure. Our new electrical buses represent more than just a mode of transportation. They are an example of our commitment to a cleaner and healthier future. By transitioning to electrical vehicles, we are reducing our carbon footprint, ensuring a cleaner air for our community, and safer, healthier environments for all of our students. These state-of-the-art electrical buses emit 0 emissions, helping us combat pollution in our community, which is also essential for the health of our students, and it reduces their exposure to those harmful diesel exhausts that come from many of our buses and other vehicles. Additionally, these buses are not only better for the environment, but also cost-effective for the district. They require less maintenance than traditional buses, and are less expensive to operate in the long run. This saves our district money that can be redirected to student programming and resources for our students and other family endeavors that we have. But the benefits do not stop with financial savings or environmental impact. These buses are equipped with technology for enhanced safety that allows our students to travel safely in an eco-friendly manner and comfortably. Furthermore, by integrating electrical buses into our fleet, we are setting a positive example for our students and families about the importance of environmental stewardship and leveraging technology to improve efficiencies. In conclusion, this move to electrical buses is more than an upgrade for our fleet. It is an investment in our children's future and a step towards a more sustainable world. We are proud to lead by example in embracing green technologies that benefit our students, staff, and community. Thank you to everyone who supported us through this initiative, and I also want to give a special thank you to our Isaac School District Governing Board, who have been showing us the leadership and dedication, not just to our students and their learning, but to the community. We have with us today Maria Guzman, our board president, Maria Hernandez, our board clerk, Patricia Jimenez, board member, and not with us here in presence, but in spirit, we have Mr. Harry Garwell and Rudy Santa Cruz. I also want to give a special thank you to our transportation department that they are here in the back, but please stand, let us recognize you. These amazing staff members, they are the first folks in our district that greet our students each and every day, and they get them here safely and on time, so thank you for all that you do for our students. And then finally, I want to recognize our Student Advisory Council for their leadership. If you could please stand. These amazing student leaders meet with me monthly, and they provide me with input on what's going on in the schools and what we can do to improve our schools and engage more in our community. So again, thank you to all of you that helped us with this program. We look forward to a cleaner, greener, and brighter future. Now, please help me welcome Marta Guzman, Regional Administrator for the U.S. EPA Pacific Southwest region.
Okay, buenos dias. Is it still morning? I think so. It is so great to be with you all here today to celebrate this wonderful investment, and really, as Superintendent Ventura said, all of the local leadership it takes to get to this point. We have the privilege of having, through the bipartisan infrastructure law, the funding made possible through many of the congressional leaders here in Arizona, Senator Kelly, Senator Sinema, and Congressman Gallego, for their support of this funding. But really, it takes that local leadership to put in the application, to test drive those trucks, to make sure they're working. And I really want to thank you for everything that you've done to make this possible here today. I also want to thank some of the champions here citywide, and starting with the mayor, Mayor Gallego, and her leadership across all climate initiatives and all clean air initiatives. So thank you so much, not to mention clean water and everything else we're working on together, brownfields, and also to the local advocates who made a lot of this funding possible, going to DC and spending time with our congressional leadership to make it possible, in particular, Moms for Clean Air. And they are definitely a force here in Phoenix as well in DC. I also want to thank the principal for hosting us here today, as well as the youth leadership that I'm really just admiring the fact that we have that superintendent, that constant feedback. So what we're here celebrating today is actually a part of a big piece of federal funding. As I mentioned, with the bipartisan infrastructure law, nationally we received $5 billion. And over we have 5 years to spend it. And here already by 2022, we've already spent $2 billion of those $5 billion, which means we've funded over 5,000 buses across 600 schools. And of course, Arizona is a leader in that. Since 2002, they have received $59 million, which is 191 clean school buses in Arizona. And here in Phoenix, they have led that state charge with $18 million and 47 electric school buses. I think that deserves an applause. And there's an important fact about that Phoenix really epitomizes, because here in Phoenix, we're going to have 7 of the school districts, being served by these funds. And here in Isaac, we're really celebrating a part of what the president's agenda is for what's called Justice 40, that at least 40% of all the federal funds get to communities and districts and schools like here in Isaac, that are serving a more diverse population, lower income, and definitely schools that are dealing with pollution, because here in Maricopa, unfortunately, we have a lot of air issues. And this is a part of the solution that you guys are a part of. Another big partner are actually the folks who make these buses happen. So I want to thank them as well. RWC Group, Canyon State Bus Sales, and First Student Inc. for their leadership in investing in these new enterprises that are going to become hopefully the majority of the buses soon. Okay, I want to also just thank everyone for really their commitment to making this fleet in Phoenix, as I said, is going to reach 50 school buses by the end of next year. And this, again, takes such a great amount of commitment, from the charging infrastructure to making sure that cooling is working and everything. I was talking to some of the bus drivers back there on really making this work. So thank you again for your leadership, and I'm very glad to be celebrating here with you today. Thank you.
Sorry, here, let me get my glasses. Can't see very well. The next speaker. Please welcome up Mayor Kate Gallego.
Thank Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Administrator Guzman. It is wonderful to welcome you back, and thank you for investing in our most important asset, our kids. Today is a great day. We are so glad to be back at Isaac. They are real leaders in investing in our kids and sustainability. You guys may be getting sick of me. We were just here recently. The administration gave us a great grant to help plant trees on campuses, and the student leaders said, we are ready to green our campuses. One of them then got to join me for my State of the City to start off the whole speech with the pledge, and we just are so impressed with Isaac students with what you guys are doing and the leadership of the school board, and saying we want to take advantage of these opportunities to have the very best for our students. Today is a particularly meaningful day to be here. It is World Asthma Day. That's a day when we think about the impacts of air quality on our community. I grew up with asthma, and I think that's part of the reason I've been so interested in environmental issues. Every kid deserves the chance to breathe clean air, and we're making a big step towards that today. So many hospital visits and lost time in school for kids who have asthma, and we can do better. And that's what we are celebrating today. We are stepping up in a big way to make sure we have clean school buses in the community. Thank you so much to the administration for this investment. 47 buses in our community. These will be clean buses where we don't have to worry about the tailpipe emissions. There's a lot of implications of diesel fuel, and we will be able to move away from them. There'll also be high quality new buses. We unfortunately see far too many buses in Phoenix pulled off at the side of the road because they're not working. As a mom, I know if the commute to school doesn't go well, it's going to be a rough school day, and so we want high quality new buses. We have been behind on upgrading the fleets here in Phoenix, and this is a big step forward to new quality buses. The administration has also partnered with us on the city bus program, and we've received millions of dollars to upgrade our city bus fleet as well. So again, we're reducing carbon emissions and making sure we have the high quality new buses that our residents deserve. The climate footprint of a diesel school bus is about 3.3 pounds of CO2 per mile. That very much adds up. If we switched out half of the school buses nationwide, if we switched half of our buses to electric nationwide, we could avoid 2.1 million tons of carbon dioxide emissions every year. That's a big deal. I was with the National Weather Service yesterday. Phoenix, they are predicting we are in for another rough summer. They are predicting higher than average temperatures and less rain than usual. We all remember what last summer was like. We do not want to keep doing that. The temperatures were brutal, and we want to do our part to lead on climate change so that when these young people are in charge, we have left them with a better planet and not a dangerously warming planet. We want to make Phoenix the most sustainable desert city in the world, and I'm grateful for all of you who are partnering with us to make that possible. I want to thank Canyon State Bus Sales for joining us today and providing the state-of-the-art buses for the Isaac School District. And most of all, thank you to our amazing student leaders for what you are doing and helping position Isaac to be such a leading district. I'm excited to join everyone for a ride, but first I want to welcome a great leader on many areas related to climate change. Someone who I have been working with now for years, from the City Climate Action Plan to passing important pieces of federal legislation, including the one we celebrate today. Please welcome Hazel Chandler with Mom's Clean Air Force to the podium.
Thank you so much for the warm introduction. I'm Hazel Chandler, and I'm thrilled to be here as a representative as the Arizona Field Coordinator for Mom's Clean Air Force. We are a powerful community of over 1.5 million moms, dads, grandparents who have joined to protect our children's health and secure a brighter future for them. And in Arizona alone, we have 26,000 strong. Being here is a historic celebration. Seems like a dream to me. Clean school buses has been a national priority for moms for several years, but my involvement goes back much farther. In the early 2000s, I was director of the Maricopa County Asthma Coalition, and I worked with school districts all over this area of Phoenix, Roosevelt, Phoenix Union, Isaac, Creighton, the list goes on and on and on, and on asthma issues. And I can tell you, asthma is a huge issue for so many children in our district. And when they are exposed to diesel, it gets dangerous. One of the scariest things I've ever experienced was I was at, I believe it was the Roosevelt School District school, and there were kids out waiting to board their bus, and a little girl had a very, very serious asthma attack. The nurse and I got the paramedics there and treated her. When the paramedics transported, they said that they didn't think she was even going to make it to the hospital. We were terrified, and I think lots of prayers maybe, because she did survive. But you know what it showed me was that, you know, we cannot mess with exposing our kids to diesel fuel. Their life can depend on it, and it can happen really, really quick. The nurses and I were at that time fantasizing of a fleet of buses that were electric, so that the kids could breathe. You know, even I needed an inhaler to even be out there with the children, as I have struggled a good part of my adult life with asthma. Luckily, I didn't have them as children because I had clean air in Oregon. But the technology wasn't there. But today, this dream's come true. Today, there's hope and a cause for an amazing celebration. Thanks to the funds awarded to the school district by the EPA, we are witnessing a transformation, not only in this school district, but in school districts all across our state. I want to give a huge shout out to the EPA and Administrator Guzman and all of the amazing people at the national level and then in the regional offices all across the nation. The infrastructure bill has made this possible. And we are seeing it all over our country. It's just such a pleasure to be here representing moms, because moms has been kind of the picture, moms and kids in their red shirts has been kind of the picture of the school bus rollout, and it's just such a pleasure to be part of that. It's for moms and dads who suffer from, children who suffer from asthma, this change is especially meaningful because they don't have to worry to put their children on the buses, that their brains and their hearts and their lungs will be compromised just traveling to school, or it will impact their children's ability to learn. Electric buses offer a cleaner, quieter, healthy alternative for all children. You not only have improved the daily commute for the children, but you've made it quieter and cleaner, but you also saved money for the districts as well. In closing, I want to express a heartfelt gratitude and congratulations to Superintendent Ventura at Isaac School District for being at the forefront of positive change in hosting this event. I want to also thank Administrator Guzman and EPA and the President for their commitment to our children's health. Thank you all to all the team that has built the buses, installed the infrastructure, utilities, training to make this moment possible. And thank you, Mayor Gallego, for your leadership. You know, you have been one of my champions forever and ever, and you know, I so marvel about what you've done. Together, parents, caregivers, public schools, cities, students, the national EPA, we can all build a cleaner, brighter, healthier world where breathing clean air is a right of every child. And everywhere when we've done bus events, we always have the young people involved. And it gives me such great honor to introduce Ernesto, who is our next speaker, who represents the school district student council.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ernesto Gomez, and I'm a proud 7th grade student at Morris K. Utah and a Superintendent Student Advisory Council member. Today I'm excited to talk to you about something that is close to my heart, our new electric buses. Being a bus driver has always been a part of my daily life. I remember the old buses were loud. Sometimes you could smell the exhaust. But this year things will change when we get our new electric buses. I know and you will get to experience that these buses are so quiet with no smoke. We will be riding to school every morning, plus it's cool to know that while we're riding to school, we're not harming the planet. On the Student Advisory Council, we always discuss how to make a difference in our community. We share ideas on everything from school lunches and how we can help the environment. We were super excited when we learned that our district could get these electric buses. We plan to spread the world by making posters and talking to our classmates about how these buses are a big step towards a cleaner world. These electric buses show our community cares about the environment and our future. It feels good to know that our voices were heard and we were asked for the changes. It makes me proud to say our buses and realize we had a big part in making that happen. Thank you to everyone who could make this possible. We, the students, really appreciate it. We're not just riding in style, but we're riding towards a better future.
Can we give just another hand of applause for Ernesto? That was fantastic. Thank you, Ernesto. A real pleasure. All right, that does it for all of our speakers. Now we're going to do a little bit of mingling and some opportunities for press interviews. After that, we're going to be doing the ride-along, so probably about 10 to 15 minutes, we'll move on to the next phase. Thank you all again.